Davis, welcome to the latest episode of Cut to the Chase. Now, today we are going to talk, what are we saying when somebody asks us what's the market? Buyers, vendors, because I bet you get asked that multiple times a day.
And no one knows, right? One of my favorite words at the moment is moderating.
Moderating.
What does it mean? We used to say softening and we used to say leveling.
Yeah.
But now moderating means, well, it could still, no one knows, right?
Yeah. Now, I get asked this countless times a day, normally from a vendor, and they say, what's the market doing? But the buyers ask the same thing, right? So if a vendor say, what's the market doing? Well, what would you say? What would you say to them? Because this is what we do.
Are you of the opinion the market's moderating? Are you of the opinion the market's leveling, or it's softening? So it's all about priming position. You cannot treat everyone the same. You've got to treat them the same by treating them differently.
That's right.
The priming position is the most important thing with a vendor and a seller, is to know, right, where are you coming from? What are your thought beliefs and what are your expectations? Like one of the classic ones I got through from Northie the other day, Andrew North, the golden boy. And it was a really good line. He said, here's the irony in the marketplace at the moment, Diego, that when it was a seller's market, the buyers, right, were clamoring over the property. Now it's a buyer's market, and where are the buyers? A lot of them are going, it's not a good time to buy. You've got to be nuts. Well, this is the perfect time. Talkback phoned me up the other day, said, is it a buyer's market? I said, it's a cash buyer's market, absolutely, because you're dealing with those multi-offers, right?
That's right.
Man.
That's right. And here's the thing, right? Did anyone ever say, I wish I bought a house in 6 months, a year, or 2 years? You're ready to buy. And that's what you tell to a buyer. But you got to basically explain it to them that it's like waiting 3 months is not going to get you the perfect house. If you find the perfect house today, the market might drop 3% and might not. But does not matter. If you find the perfect house, you just buy it.
Buy it.
And then the buyer would say, what do the vendor want? And I remember this line from Nikki Malloy at the conference at Harcourt's a couple of years ago. She was on stage and she said, it's not what the vendor wants, it's what the vendor will accept. So let's engage. Let's start some negotiation, because what the vendor wants and what the vendor will accept are two different things in this market, aren't they?
But really don't offend them with a low ball offer.
Of course, let's be realistic. You want the vendor to negotiate with you, or do you want them to put their sales and purchase in the fire because it's too cold outside?
Yep.
At the end of the day, we've got to be respectful. But it's interesting because that's all we get asked. What's the market doing? And the most challenging thing to do at the moment is you get a vendor, and they still got the prices as last year. And what I've been doing this week, because I've struggled with that, and I've told you about it. I've struggled with it, and no matter what you tell them, the only thing that you can do is show them what a similar property sold to another one from November to January. Now, I've been doing case study for every single listing that I have for properties that might be different to those particular properties that I'm selling for the vendor. But I say, hey, this 3-bedroom sold for 1.05 million in November. Exactly same floor area and land area. In January, sold for $950. Now, I'm not saying that your house is worth $100,000 less, but what I'm saying is that there are two different type of prices. So look, let's get you as much money as we possibly can, but let's keep in mind that I'll show you three comparable of three different properties, and there is a price difference from November to January. But you can only have the conversation once you got the listing, because if you do that at the listing, you're not showing enough hope, right? Because I'm hopeful, and so are you. We always say.
It still happens, right? There's still some incredible results happening, and the market's just the market. The other thing that happens in New Zealand is the REINZ publish year on. They go, okay, January was up 18% on last year, but we all know the market just flew last year.
Yeah.
It's like, what's happened in the median sale price compared to last month?
Yeah,
because
month on month.
Month on month. That's why the consumer gets so confused. They go, oh, the paper. The Herald said that prices have gone up 17% this month. You try telling that to a buyer.
Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Rock and roll.
Prime them.